Well folks, welcome to the latest video. Yep, we've been to the market again, as you know, and we found this. So, some of you know exactly what this is already. Essentially, you see those drums there? It's a stone tumbling machine. So these are the drums that are used to, you put the polishing stones into here. I don't know how you get them off, but they've got to be tight so that they don't come off when you're rolling it. I'll have a look at those later, I think. That's another drum. That's some stuff in there, obviously. That's the lid for it. So I will be guessing that these are the grits that are used to do the polishing. There's no indication as to what grade they are, and they could be anything, I don't know. That says silicon carbide 220. So I don't know what that is, but that looks like cerium oxide, which is a very fine polish. Used to polish glass and stone and what have you. So this is what they go on to, and I'll be guessing that's the motor just there. And the guy said they worked, but a lot of boot sailors say, "Oh, it works, mate, don't worry." But at the end of the day, they've only really got a motor inside, so there's not much going on. There's another drum there. So that looks like the top of a cane. So this one, I'm not 100% sure which way up it goes. It doesn't seem to have any feet on it. Maybe like that, I would think. Yeah, it's probably like that. And it definitely needs a bit of attention. But yeah. So there's no branding on these that I can see, and they don't look like they're homemade. So let's have to see, won't we? Very full of cobwebs, need cleaning up a bit. And we've got a little bit of play there, and I don't know if that's supposed to have a bearing on it. You would think so, wouldn't you? But it doesn't look like it. But if these are quite cheaply made, then maybe you just won't have one. You know what I mean? So let's whip the top off and just see what we've got inside there. Pretty basic motor. Interestingly enough, they do not have an on and off switch. Might need a bit of oil. So essentially what's happening is that is supposed to turn. There's no belt on it, so I don't know what kind of belt you put on there. I'll have to find out. Maybe it's just an O-ring or something, I don't know. So we'll have to have a look at that then. So let's quickly check the other one. They are pretty dirty, but a lot of this is the grit. But I guess they've been in somebody's garage, and this one doesn't look too great in terms of wiring. Well, that one is working, look at that. Wow. So it looks like that one might have a bearing on it of some description, maybe. No, that's definitely in better condition than the other one. So there seems to be 4 screws holding the motor on. So I don't know what's going on with that. But the motor has elongated slots for its mounting, which suggests that is how you tension the belt inside. What I'm doing is I'm just seeing if there's anything inside here which tells me what size belt to get. That's a pretty standard motor. It's pretty tight. It's not bad really. So that's bent the fan. Great. That's all I need. Alright, so that looks okay. That's a pretty standard motor, and there's a little bit of play in there, maybe a bit too much, I don't know. So this is, I think, an AC motor, and what you see there, I think that's called, it's what's called a shaded pole. So an AC motor, if you didn't have a shaded pole, it would just go brrrr, and if you have a shaded pole on it, it makes it go in one direction. So this here is the remains of the old belt that was on there. So that belt, that is pure rubber. There's nothing else in there. There's no fibre in there and nothing. I'm guessing it's supposed to be a round belt, and we'll have to try and measure it and see if we can get something that'll fit it. I don't know, maybe an O-ring would work, a big O-ring. Don't think there's any fibre in this at all. I think this was literally an elastic band. You used to be able to get very thick ones. Maybe you still can, I don't know. So to drive it, that's probably what you would need to look for. It's about 4mm. But that is so petrified now, it is literally just rigid. So you could crack it in half, you know. Well, you can see there, look, see the amount of play in that. There isn't really any bearings in this thing. I think it's just based on bushes. Okay, so these have been secured on with a grub screw. You see it there, it comes off. And there's a plastic bush which is partly destroyed. It's obviously was probably never that good to start with, to be honest. And that releases it. This looks a bit stuck to me. I'll maybe try a different screwdriver. There you go, comes off. So they are not threaded. That just comes away basically. And you can see there's like a plastic bush that comes through, which is clearly worn out. So this metal is so thin that unless you put like a plate around it or something like that, you would never ever get a bearing onto that. Unless you could, you know, screw it on, thread it on, screw it on, bolt it on maybe. But you might be able to get like a brass bush that looks like that, maybe. Like a system of Allen keys there, and unfortunately it's not easy to get off because it tends to strip out. The really small Allen keys tend to strip out. They're not very good. Well, there you go. It comes out anyway, so you don't need to. Well, that's good. That's good. But look here, look. See the wear on it. That's a lot of wear. It really is. But then, having said that, this is not threaded, so this is just a piece of steel rod which could probably be replaced, I would think. I think that it's slightly exacerbated by the fact that these Allen keys are metric, and the ones I need are probably imperial. So if you can see that there, it looks like the middle of the disc is slipping, and it also looks like previous owners have made attempts to stop it. The pulley itself, if you look at it, it's actually handmade. It's not a factory made item. Okay, so finally got this out. I'll try and put a detail in the video of how we did that. It's actually pretty easy, to be honest, but that is relatively undamaged. That's the drive spindle, so it needs a bit of cleaning up, but that's alright, that I think. There's not a lot of sort of grippiness on it though, do you know what I mean? You'd have thought there'd be like, I don't know, a piece of rubber on it or something like that. There doesn't seem to be anything. It's very interesting. So, if you look at that one, that has got a completely destroyed bush. There's nothing on it. There was nothing on it whatsoever. And this one here has got, you can just see it coming out, just, I mean, maybe you can't, I don't know. There it is. That has a bush in it too. And these are very worn. I mean, you can just see, if I put the, see how much movement there is there? Quite a bit. So, when you really, I mean, when you're tumbling stones, probably doesn't matter that much. Robertson's Raspberry Jam. 1970s label. That's really interesting. There's no barcodes to be seen anywhere on that. That's like 60s, 70s. Fact says just there, look, 1978. I think that's before we joined the EU. It's very close anyway. I'm not sure exactly what the date was for the EU, but it's got grams on it, so it might be EU. Winner glove puppet. So you can see there, it's not moving anymore. So I am going to drill somewhere around here and just put a piece of brass pin through, just so it can't really move again. That should be fine. Okay, so the way that we get the Allen keys out is by cutting a slot with a saw. You can just see it there, and then using a flat bladed screwdriver. There's a little bit of damage, but it's not critical. The outside of that's not critical anyway. So there's one there that's been removed. You can just see. So after quite a bit of faffing about with it, got a motor here which was working just fine and still is working just fine. I've put a big O-ring onto the pulley, so tightened up the pulley as you saw me doing, and just here, if I can show that actually, you can just see the sort of slots there. Those slots are so that you can adjust the motor to adjust the pulley tension. So I tried turning it on and it wouldn't go, and it seemed to be too tight even though I had this really slack. So all the play in this is now gone because I put some brass bushes in there, and now I've got it working. So there you go, look at that, superb. So I have checked it that the earth connects to the case and everything on here, so it's not the best looking electrics in there, but it is on the safe side now. And it's not rattling, squeaking or anything like that. So I've still got to put this bar in here, and then we'll try the rumble tank on it. So I managed to put that in, oiled it. So I'm not actually sure which of these drums really goes on there. I know that seems to be the most complete one, but that seems to hit the sides, so maybe that's not right. I don't know. So I've got this one, which seems to be quite hefty. I don't know if maybe there's still something in that. I mean, that seems to fit okay. I don't really know how you stop it hitting the back or anything like that. I'm not sure what you do. I'm assuming that is a drum, of course, and maybe it isn't, I don't know. Well, it seems to be running alright. So I'm assuming that drum goes with that. I don't know what these other ones are for, so... Right, so the lid can go back on now, I think. I think that's probably the bottom. And that's probably the top. Then you turn it on and it rolls the stones like that. Fascinating. There's several layers to this box. So I assume that's some kind of seal then, is it? To stop the thing. Oh, it looks nice and clean in there. Okay, so this kind of machine, as soon as it goes back into the environment that it came out of, where it's working, you know, essentially what will happen is it will get just as dirty and crappy again. So there's not a lot of point in cleaning up a lot. Well, that's quite an interesting stone turning machine. Very, very basic. Could do with a switch on it. Because it's switched on by the mains at the moment. So that's a little better. You've got this turning now at the back. Let's see what's inside this one. Well, pretty much the same thing really. That's very interesting, but it's pretty much the same kind of motor, and there is actually a proper belt on this one. Probably not as old. Looks in good fettle anyway. Everything on this is working, so I think what we'll do is we'll just clean it and oil it, and that'll be it. Well, yeah, that's the unit working. So obviously there's no stones in there, but it seems to be fine. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, quick check between the metal case and the neutral wire. Sorry, the earth wire. Seems alright. Well, that's the end of this little video on the stone tumblers. Thanks so much for watching, folks. Bye.